The other way to talk about nonlinear inequalities is to talk about the multiplicities of the zeros. So I can see that there's going to be a pattern that develops if I look at what's going to happen at each of the zeros of my function. So in this case, my expression is x plus 5 cubed times 1 minus 2x squared. And I want to know where that is less than 0. It's already factored for me, so I know what my two zeros are. My zeros fall when x plus 5 is 0, which is at negative 5. And where 1 minus 2x is 0, which is at positive 1/2. I don't get to include these. Why not? There's no equal to sign underneath that inequality, so these are both going to be open circles, not included in my answer, and then I want to see what happens as I move across. Okay, so to do this method that I'm talking about, you still need one number to start with. So I'm going to pick like, I don't know, negative 10 maybe, to be my first number. And I'm going to still plug it into the factored version of my expression. Negative 10 plus 5 is a negative number. 1 times negative 2 times negative 10. 1 times negative 2 times negative 10. I'm sorry, 1 minus 2 times negative 10. I don't know what in the world I was saying. 1 minus 2 times negative 10 is going to be 1 plus 20, which is a positive number. All right, so we got a negative number times a positive number. That's a negative number. So from negative 5 to negative infinity, my graph is below 0. All right, now I'm not going to do test points anymore. I'm going to use what I know about multiplicities to keep this going. So at x equals negative 5, that multiplicity is a 3. So what's happening on the graph? It's an odd multiplicity. It's going to be cutting through the x-axis. So it's not going to stay negative. It's going to cut through and become positive. What about 1 minus 2x squared? What does the squared mean? That's an even multiplicity, which means it's going to bounce. So it's going to be positive. It's going to come down to the x-axis, bounce, and stay positive. So my graph goes negative, positive, positive. All right, what's the question asking for? It's asking me where that function is, or that expression is less than 0. Which of these is less than 0? Everything to the left of negative 5. All of these other ones are positive, so those are greater than 0. These points are equal 0, though those don't get included. So my only interval for my solution goes from negative infinity to negative 5. Now let's suppose, just as a side note, let's suppose that one of these had been negative. I still don't want to include this endpoint, or if they both had been negative and that had been positive, I still want to split up at the 1/2 because it's not included. But this one was negative, it's the only answer over here, so my only answer is negative infinity to negative 5.